This is a football show. Let's get to the WSL. What could be a significant weekend in the battle for the title race? Let's start with that huge game between Chelsea and Manchester United. A win for Chelsea. When we look back on the season, just how key will that prove to be?
I think it will be. Obviously, Chelsea getting beat by Arsenal last weekend. They then had a midweek game against Brighton, which they needed to respond to. They did, maybe not their best performance, but they got the result, which was important. And then you're playing against Manchester United, who are competing for the title, so they had to get something from that game. And obviously, we've seen the penalty incidents. Mark Skinner's not happy, thinking that they should have got at least one of those two sort of penalty decisions. But I just think they had players missing, Chelsea. I think that's something to say. Key players who, they've obviously, Frank Kirby's been out for a lot of the season, but they had other players missing as well. But two key players that I think we've always mentioned every week, Sam Kerr being one of them. Not just the amount of goals that she scores, but the important goals that she scores, which I think that the finish was brilliant. But also Lauren James. I think the quality. And the two combined, great delivery from Lauren James. To see the run of Sam Kerr, that she's got the pace to get in beyond, but then to see where the goalkeeper is and finish it, I thought it was excellent.
Yeah, I mean, Lauren James, she's got that ability, hasn't she, to change a game, and that is a game-changing pass. And I think the big thing for this game and this result is it'll all come down to the penalties, won't it?
Yeah.
It'll come down. That'll be the talking point. I think it'll continue to rumble on about VAR again in the women's game. However, I think from a Manchester United point of view, to know that you can cause Chelsea problems, that you've pushed them as far as you have, will be comforting to some degree. But however, knowing that you could have walked away winning the game with two clear penalties, which we feel like they were, that will really disappoint them.
Yeah, and things made more exciting at the top. Arsenal too strong for Reading.
Yeah.
They've had their injury problems this season as well, especially up front. Is from Jonas Eidevall is the message just stay calm, keep churning out those results, and who knows what will happen.
I think so, and it was they were dominant. They played with a real intensity about them. They looked back to their ruthless best. I think it was obviously a good win in the final. Then they played midweek against Liverpool, another good result. But when you lose two key players like Beth Mead and Vivian Miedemar, then it's always going to be difficult maybe to find that rhythm again, because they have been so key for Arsenal. I think they're finding their rhythm. And Leah Williamson played in central midfield. She was outstanding. She got player of the match, but just the quality that she shows. We see the quality from centre-half when she picks the ball up and she picks the passes. But from central midfield, she's obviously that bit further forward, so is then creating more opportunities for her teammates. Lotte Wubben-Moy went back into centre-back alongside Raffaella, who I thought was superb as well. But they just look like they're finding their rhythm, and they've got that real sort of hunger about them as well. So, yeah, I think it was a brilliant result from them.
Trophies give you a belief, don't they?
They do.
Instill confidence into you, and you can see that. But I think the great thing when Leah Williamson plays centre midfield is she's brilliant at driving out with the ball from centre-back, but she's really good at it in centre midfield as well. She's got that long, rangy run, hasn't she, when she drives out, which draws players towards her. But then she's got a knack of knowing when to release it at the right time, which frees up other players. So, yeah, they're just hitting the stride at the right point. They'll look at that Manchester United and Chelsea game as well and say, if that had been a draw, with one of those penalties possibly being given, or even a Manchester United win, it might have just given them a little bit of belief.
Twists and turns. Man City left it late, didn't they? But beat Brighton. They're now 13 unbeaten. How serious is their title challenge?
I think it just makes for an exciting title race, doesn't it? The fact that we're mentioning sort of 4 teams in there that could potentially get something from it, and Manchester City. I thought Brighton, they defended so well in terms of they just put bodies behind the ball. They worked so hard off the ball, tried to stay as tight and compact and restrict chances. But Bunny Shaw, she gets a lot of opportunities, scores a lot of goals, and has obviously been key, important goals there yet again to get the winning goal late on. So again, another key result for Manchester City, because there was a lot of turnover at Manchester City, a lot of players in, a lot of players out. We spoke about needing time to gel, and that's been the same for Manchester City. So another team that are certainly there or thereabouts.
Talking of turnover, Brighton looking for another manager now. Jan Scheuer, who's got a lot in the bank in the women's game, but has left.
Yeah.
Okay, how key is this next appointment then?
It is key, and I think, you know, you've had obviously Hope Powell as a manager for a long period of time, plays a certain way of playing, wants to be organised, wants to be defensively strong. That's the sort of main aim of a Hope Powell side. Then you bring in another manager that wants to be more expansive and more attacking, and they were conceding a lot of goals. So I think it was just key that Amy Merritt's came in and made sure that they were better defensively, don't give up too many opportunities. They've had 2 difficult games, but you can see that they've got that structure back. So I think the next appointment is key for Brighton, but I think Brighton have got too much to go down.
Okay, the Aston Villa Renaissance goes from strength to strength this year, beat West Ham, remain unbeaten in this calendar year in 2023. How far off are they from competing with the very best here?
I don't think they're too far away. I think they're a team that are progressing. I think they made some really good signings, bringing in Rachel Daly, who scored yet again. Last week she was assist, this week she's getting on the score sheet again, and Jordan Nobb's another player that I think you're not just bringing in quality, which they're going to provide on the pitch, you're also bringing the experience, the leadership off the field, and I think they've just helped Aston Villa get to that next level. Kirsty Hansen, another player who I think 2 assists there. So they're bringing in good quality players. They've got a good manager that are just, we're seeing this team get better and better. Suddenly they've got this winning mentality and a belief that they can go far. So I certainly think next season they're going to be a team to watch.
Tottenham, awful run since beating Brighton 8-0, I think it was, wasn't it, in October. Rhian Skinner's side have lost 9 league games on the bounce. What's going on here?
It's really poor, and it's difficult to put your finger on it. I think last season we spoke about Tottenham and saying that defensively they were very good. They didn't concede many goals, but they didn't score many either. So I just think it's a case of now they're trying to find that balance of being better going forward and creating more opportunities, but still trying to be defensively sound, and they haven't managed to do it. Massive win for Liverpool this. I think it's exactly what they needed just to get themselves out of trouble. So, yeah, huge win for Liverpool, but Tottenham, it's a real concerning run that they're on.